It's all about humanity.
Strong Bitcoin hand, people. Did we need a strong Bitcoin hand over the last 48 hours? Oh my goodness. Yes, we did. Welcome in, everyone. We're going to talk about it. Today is Monday, the 13th of October, 2025. I am Brian, the UKBitcoinMaster, and this is the Bullish Bitcoin Show. Welcome in. It is great to see you all joining in the chat. I've already said today is the 13th of October. That's for the timestamp. So this stands the test of time in history. Very quickly, let's get into the stuff, the boring stuff that needs to be covered. And that is, firstly, if you're new and you're finding this channel, please do not come looking for financial advice, charts, TA or technical analysis, crazy price predictions. You are not going to see them. I am just a guy on the internet putting his thoughts out there around what he sees, what he's learning, what he feels is happening, bringing you the most up-to-date news that I possibly can given the time that I've got. That's it. If you're looking for charts and all the other stuff, you're going to have to go elsewhere. Now, if you are following me and you're not following me anywhere else, please do. My channel was taken down about 3, maybe 4 years ago for no reason whatsoever. YouTube just deleted it, and it was an absolute train wreck to get it back. In the show notes, there is a link. It's a Linktree link that houses all my social media links. It will take you here that you're looking at on the screen. You can follow me on Rumble at UKBitcoinMaster 1, the numeric 1. This is live on Rumble right now. Well, hopefully it's live. The chat is open, but nobody's in it. I've also got a backup channel on YouTube called UK Bitcoiner. And if you were to subscribe to that channel, it sits dormant. You'll get no notifications whatsoever. But if this channel got taken down again, I'd move the streaming software over to UK Bitcoiner. I'd start streaming again, and then you would get a notification to say, oh, UK Bitcoin Master's going live. You then have continuity, and you don't sit there twiddling your thumbs thinking, oh, I wonder what happened to UK Bitcoin Master. Has he stopped live streaming? Follow me at UK Bitcoiner. Many of you aren't, and you should be. It's dormant. You're not going to get any notifications. I've said that. I've drilled that into you. You should all be following me there. I would firstly ask you to give a shout out and a check out to the Best of Exmoor. They are the show sponsor number 1. They are Bitcoiners, firstly. If you're looking for vacations in the future, when we're in a Bitcoin world, etc., you'll instinctively want to know where you go to book a vacation. Like you'll know where you get your beef, where you get your car fixed, where you buy your healthy organic vegetables, etc. And the Best of Exmoor is just the most incredible holiday company. It's an online company with 200 holiday cottages, something there for everyone. We've just experienced our 2nd year there. And I've got to say, we gave it 10 out of 10 on Trustpilot. It was absolutely an exceptional place. It was warm, it was cozy, it was clean. It was absolutely everything you'd want from a 10 out of 10 holiday destination. This is in the West Country of the UK, or Cornwall, as it's known, North Cornwall. In fact, Devon and Cornwall. It's in a beautiful place called Exmoor National Park, and it is beautiful. So either click the link in the show notes and have a look around, or scan this QR code and have a look around so you are ready if and when you want to book a vacation and pay in Bitcoin or pay a Bitcoiner, whatever it might be. Check it out. Please do. Okay, so back to me. Right, let's see who we got in the house. This is very important to me. I'm going to go down the list. Chelsea Baz is with us, as always, doing your bit. Like button smashed. Thank you, Baz. Retweet it if you can get your head around how you're supposed to do that. John G is with us. Elaine, Mrs. UK. It says royally downstairs, as always. I think she meant loyally. She's always downstairs, moderating the show and looking after the comments. Justin Time is in the house. MTG London. I'm going to read this one out. That is so kind of you, because Sometimes this is a thankless task and you wonder why you're doing it when your numbers just don't grow. And then MTG London goes and says, Brian is a good-hearted human being and simply the best at explaining Bitcoin. Right. Thank you. Really. But maybe I'm the best to you, but many people don't think I'm the best. Otherwise, I'd have 50 to 100,000 subscribers now, which I don't. But MTG London, thank you. That means loads. Yorkie Bitcoiner is with us. Mr. 60 is in the house. Hull Bitcoiner, Glyn from Alberta. Leo Roy is with us. Eddie Willer's in the house. Johnny Midas. Who else have we got? ABW's joined us. Barefoot Barry, New Zealand. Good to see you, Barry. Great people, listen, thank you for joining. I so appreciate it. I really do. But I'd appreciate it more if you'd smash the like button, tweet this out, share it out wherever you are on social media so we can get more eyeballs on the channel. Very quickly before we move on, really fantastic 21 million club Zoom meeting we had again at the weekend, guys. Really enjoyed it. I'm sorry I had to bail a little bit early. I was struggling to stay awake for some reason. That does not mean I was not enjoying the conversation that we were having. I was just fighting to stay awake. So brilliant 21 million club yet again. Neil Thompson, hello back to you, Neil. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Look, I could just chat with you guys for 20 to 30 minutes and we could have a great riff. But I want to get into what's going on out there. And for those of you that are hardened Bitcoiners down the rabbit hole, stacking, watching what's going on with the asset that you stack, you wondered what the hell has just gone on over the last 48 hours when we had this incredible Bitcoin dump, crash, whatever you want to call it. So I want to talk about that. Here's a headline. Bitcoin crashes to 105,000 before rapid rebound. Why the market plunged and what triggered the bounce. Okay, here's what I want to say to start this off. I've been in Bitcoin since 2017 and this is normal. Maybe not this sharp, not this fast, but these sorts of pullbacks are normal. Let me just move that out of the way a little bit. Okay. In 2017's bull run, we had maybe 5 or 6 30% plus corrections. The reason this dumped so fast, from what I can gather, is because Trump came out with his tariff tantrums again, or whatever you want to call it. And if you're not aware of this, Bitcoin is correlated heavily to what goes on in the macro world out there. Markets really hate uncertainty. The stock market sold off and tanked. Bitcoin went down 10 to 20%. But go and look at what happened to altcoins. They got absolutely pummeled. But let's have a look at what happened to Bitcoin. Take a look at this one. I nicked this from Invest Answers. So at the top, this is the S&P 500. At the top, S&P 500 trades at record high. Then, President Trump posts statement on massive China tariff increase and cancels meeting with the Chinese President Xi. Dip buyers attempt to step in, but it keeps bleeding out because everyone's panicking, so it goes down again. S&P erases 1.2 trillion in 40 minutes. So it's little wonder the same thing happened to Bitcoin. You cannot expect the S&P to crash through the floor and Bitcoin just keep on flying as it does. It doesn't work like that. All I would say to you is go back and look what happened in 2020 around March the 12th or 13th when the world went mad and Bitcoin tanked and fell off a cliff. Many people bought that dip. We had no dry powder left. Otherwise, I'd have bought the hell out of that dip, but I didn't have any. And yet the thing recovered and it started charging upwards again. Here we are right now. We're back. It went, if you actually look at this wick, the little thin bit, if you don't know what a wick is, and I don't fully understand all this, but that wicked down to in the 101s very briefly and sprung back up again. The point is, that was a crazy, I think a $20,000 dip, crashed downwards. First one, I believe, in ever in a day, something like that. I might butcher that a bit, but the point is, There's a reason this thing happened. And then you get the cascading effect because the weak hands freak out and they start selling as well. And then you hit a floor where buyers are just buying every single penny of it as fast as they can. Have a look at this one. Joe Consorti. Really respect this guy. That was the largest Bitcoin flash crash in history. 278 billion in value, wiped out in 45 minutes. Remember this day when they say you got lucky. And that's what that gets my back up so much when we live through stuff like this. And the more you live through it, the more you yawn and brush it off. And yeah, sure, you don't like seeing it crash like that, but you know Bitcoin's fundamentals are rock solid strong. And then you move on and you wait for the V-shaped recovery, which is what is going on right now. You know, we went down officially to about 105,000 and now we're back up to 114.7. So call it 115. That's rebounded 10 grand already in 24 hours or so. If you take a look at this one, it says Bitcoin for freedom. It's over. This is the worst dip in history. Now listen, this dip is nothing. Bitcoin has seen dips like this before. We are not affected. And you know what? That is exactly how I feel. Sure, I don't like it, but I'm unaffected by it. Why? Because it's what Bitcoin does. And if you can't stomach the heat, get out of the kitchen. I.e., if you cannot stomach Bitcoin's volatility when presidents make statements about tariffs and they do daft things in the macro world, which tanks everything, you've got to get out of Bitcoin because you're not going to cope or you're not going to make it, as they say. Here's another one worth looking at. Bitcoin's historical corrections. Look at them. You got, I can't see that, 83% dips in there, 51%, 40s, 29s, 34s, 49, 82. 86, I believe that is somewhere in the middle, just off to the left. The point is, this is normal for Bitcoin. If you've just got into this thing and you've seen it bobbing sideways and going nowhere, that is not how Bitcoin naturally functions. It functions and moves high and moves down on money printing, on macro events, etc. So you're going to have to get used to that, people. Okay, here's another one. Vivek Sen, what a senior, whatever that might be. Someone just opened a Bitcoin short. Think about this, people. 30 minutes before Trump's tariff announcement and just closed with 88 million profit. He opened this account today. Okay, is there manipulation going on there? I don't know. Look at this one. Let's all speculate who the whale is. This is the whale short in Bitcoin yesterday was placing orders up until exactly 1 minute before Trump's announcement, making 190 million in profits. So don't think there isn't manipulation goes on out there. Don't think BlackRock wouldn't tank markets to buy Bitcoin cheaper, which we'll come on to. Archie, Bitcoin Archive, tweeted this. A Bitcoin whale placed a multi-million-dollar short in 30 minutes before Trump's announcement. We know that. 1 hour later, they made 192 million. We know that. The accounts were brand new and funds were drawn immediately. Did they know something? And then you see this. Latest, Baron Trump has reportedly made about $80 million from his Bitcoin and crypto investment as per Forbes. And then you ask the question, is there anything insider going on here? And I'm not saying there is, I'm not saying there isn't. I'm not going down the conspiracy theory route, but either he's an absolute genius or he got a heads up about something. And we'll never know. We're regular plebs, just Bitcoiners, buying and holding and trying to get other people to listen to what we've got to say. But don't you find all this interesting? Because I certainly do. Hi, folks. I tried running a NOTS node on a Raspberry Pi 5, tried different operating systems, but gave up and felt like needed to be a programmer, so returned everything to Amazon. LOL. I run NOTS on an Umbrel, Neil, and it was absolutely seamless. I used to run a Raspberry Pi, but I was running Core. I cannot tell you whether there's an issue with a Raspberry Pi, but I don't know, maybe reach out to BTC Sessions under one of his videos and say, look, can you help me? Can you answer the question? Can I update this on a Raspberry Pi? Can I run this on a Raspberry Pi? Because you don't want to give up on that, because I don't want to get into the Knots versus Core version 30 debacle, but I've been running Knots now for 3, 4, 5 months. I can't remember the exact time, because you know what? I do not want to relay CSAM, I think they might call it. You all know what it is without me spelling it out on my node. I just don't. So I'm running Knots, and I've got the op return set up to 83 bytes, I believe. So you're going to have to reach out to somebody. BTC Sessions, if you find one of his videos on Knots or Core and you comment underneath it, Neil, he may come back and give you a bit of guidance. I don't know. Vinny Rondo's in the house in Rumble. Welcome, Vinny. Good to see you. So here we go. Sorry, I get involved in the chat and I want to help you wherever I can, but it's really, really difficult. I've got to run a show. Okay, a quick shout out to the Orange Pill app. I love this app. This is an app for Bitcoiners. It is a paid app, so we keep out the scammers and the bots because they won't pay to run an app. So you then get connecting with pure Bitcoiners across the globe. You can even make phone calls in the app now. You can make video calls in the app. You can send zaps out to everyone in the group and like set it up for one sat per person, so you can send sats around. You've got to get on it if you're not on it, if you really are a Bitcoiner, because it's awesome. If you're going to get on it and try it out, use my link in the show notes, because you're going to get 5,000 sats from Orange Pill app once you've taken out any type of subscription, whether it's a 1 month trial, a year. We're now lifetime members, so we'll have this thing for life. It is well worth checking it out. Show sponsor number 2, by the Book Accountancy, also goes by the name of Crypto Tax Help, I believe. Bottom left is Robin Thatcher, their CEO and founder. He's English. He's up to date with everything that's going on with the law in the UK, HMRC. He's been lobbying government. He works with Bitcoin policy, and he's there to help you guys. There you go, Crypto Tax Help. If you're worried about, have you got your ducks in a row before the January deadline where they're bringing out these new algorithms? So reach out, get a 30-minute consultation with him, and tell him that Brian, UKBitcoinMaster, sent you. Please do that, because he's a show sponsor, so he knows that I'm doing my bit to promote his business model. I'm not paid by him. I don't get anything from him. There's no money for him being a sponsor. I don't want anything like that. I just asked him, if I'll sponsor his show, will he help me anywhere I need with my taxes? That's our deal. So I'm not being paid to shill any of this stuff. And I'm certainly not being paid by the best of Exmoor as well. So, you know, I'm doing it because I really want to make it, give people the chance to be able to reach out to an accountant who understands Bitcoin, to be able to book holidays, you know, in the UK and pay in Bitcoin if that's what you want to do. I'm just trying to give out. That's my vocation in life. I want to help others. And thank you for whoever it was said what they said. MTG London. I appreciate it. Okay, some more tweets. I found this one from Archie again. UK's biggest investment platform warns Bitcoin is not an asset class. Oh dear. Bitcoin market cap 2.4 trillion. Have they got their heads up their proverbial butts? Because I don't understand why they're so against this in the UK. They are so in the dark ages. It's unbelievable. I love seeing those little thumbs up going. Keep the thumbs up going. I think that's really awesome. Little things, please, little minds. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, this woman, I loathe and detest her. I really do. I'd ride Bitcoin to zero before holding the crap coin from this convicted criminal. I won't name her. This lady is confident EU central banks will shun Bitcoin. Of course, because they're on their own agenda. You've got to understand why they're rejecting it, because it threatens them. It was this person that came out and said, if there's an escape valve, they will take it. And they're trying to close off that escape valve. You've got to understand their incentives in saying what they're saying. This one from Relay. You're so lucky to have invested in Bitcoin years ago, they say. The luck. How to get lucky in Bitcoin? 1. Do 100 hours of research. Discover what inflation is and act. Take a leap of faith. Buy $100. Lose 50% and learn to hodl. Return to break even. Still hodl. Buy more despite the risk. Watch 10 hours of YouTube videos on how to move your private keys off an exchange. Don't lose your seed phrase. Reject the hundreds of crypto scams. Do nothing besides buy for 5+ years. With enough time, anyone can be lucky in Bitcoin. Do you know something? That sums it up. That sums everything up for me, because when they say, oh, you got lucky, you got in early, I want to kill them. I want to grab them by the throat and shake them up. But of course, you can't do that. It infuriates me. But I guess what we've got to do is understand that not everybody can catch a vision of where something could and might go and then jump all over it. And do you know something? I thank the Lord that in 2017, when my friend called me, even though we were skeptical, we were open-minded enough to dig in, jump on YouTube, do some research, came across Andreas Antonopoulos and the awesome BitcoinMaster, and thought, there is something in this, and thank the Lord we did. That's all I've got to say. So, yep, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Moving on. Here's another one. 6 years of DCA gone in one night. This is what happens when discipline meets desperation. Even the most patient investor can lose everything chasing what they already believe in. Leverage doesn't test your strategy, it tests your character. I'm going to read this. All my savings, 6 years of DCA got liquidated last night, a couple of nights ago. I was one of the people who never tried to time the market, was telling others to stay away from leverage, just DCA, yet here I am. Maybe this sad story will contribute to the community. I guess people have different reasons for why they end up using leverage. I don't need to be convinced that Bitcoin is here to stay and it will go up. That's why I was all in DCAing. Anything left out of my monthly salary would go into Bitcoin. Salary says could be English. However, in the last 1 to 2 years, my monthly expenses rose significantly, and I was upset about not being able to buy as much Bitcoin as I could do in the past. This is what led me to the idea that I can make up for that period in 1 to 2 leveraged trades. It all went downhill from here. Last night, I lost everything. As of today, my total net worth is not far away from the salary I will receive for this month. Everything I got was wiped out, and I'm 36 years old already. I mean, here's what I've got to say on that. Thank the Lord you're only 36. I'm 66, and there'd be no hope for us to get it back. But the point is, please stay humble, stack sats, just hold on for dear life, and don't take leverage to try and get more Bitcoin. Don't crap coin to try and get some high gains to get more Bitcoin, because every which way you slice this, you cut this, you will lose if you do nothing but buy, hold, store securely Bitcoin, and then get on with and enjoy life. Moving on. Here's another one. Bitcoin is dead. They said Bitcoin is dead 440 times. If you invested $100 each time, you'd have $117,409 today, and 40,000 in there as well. So ignore the naysayers that come out with Bitcoin is dead, because there's been over 440 Bitcoin obituaries in the last 15, almost 16 years. Don't fall for it, people. Don't. Bitcoin for freedom. If you panicked and sold your coins to BlackRock, I'm not sorry for you. You will learn the hard way. Look at this. Just in, BlackRock bought 45,000 Bitcoin worth $5 billion at an average price of 105,000 during the flash crash. Why would they do this if they think Bitcoin's going to zero? They either manipulated and was part of the manipulation, which I'm not saying they are, and they manipulated it down so they could buy a load cheap, or they looked at it and went, wow, This is a flash sale. We've got to buy as much Bitcoin as we can right now. Okay? When the price dips, buy Bitcoin if you have any dry powder, is all I would say to you. Okay, moving on. Romeo, I'm finishing with this. Life will always be hardest when you're crossing over to a new level. Don't get discouraged. Bitcoin will test your patience before it rewards your conviction. Level up, stay strong, keep going, endure the pain, and endure the gains. Because you will get those gains, but you're going to have to go through the pain of these massive price swings when the global macro world does mental, crazy things. That's what I would say to you. Okay, I love this quote. It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. What is that all about? Okay. So I want to get rich in Bitcoin. I want to change my family's life in Bitcoin. But I can't afford to DCA this month because. That's not commitment. That's wishy-washy. Read a book if you haven't read it called Pay Yourself First. And it talks about when you get paid, you should always take 10% out of that and put it away for you, invest it, rainy day money, whatever it might be. And you know what most people do? They get a problem. I can't DCA this month. I'm a little bit skint. Don't do that. DCA, and somehow you always manage to work things out and get your bills paid. So I'm saying it again, people. I love that quote. You gotta plan to win. You got to plan, and you're going to say DCAing and nothing. No one is stopping that. No matter what happens, I am going to DCA. Go onto my YouTube channel and find the video if you haven't. It's 19 minutes long that talks about if you save £100, it's in British pounds, in a normal savings account or bank account for 20 years, and you do the same £100 in Bitcoin with all the volatility. In the first example, you get something like £37,000 at the end of 20 years. And in the Bitcoin example, with only 40% CAGR I've done, you end up with over £3.5 million. And then understand why you DCA and you let nothing get in your way. Okay, now, excuse me. Let's go back over to this again. You do not have to support my channel. I do not expect it. Some people want to. How can you do that? All those Sats addresses work. If you've got a wallet of Satoshi or a speed wallet or a whatever wallet you've got, you could scan that and you could send 1 Sat. You can send 50 Sats and it will cost you a penny, 2 pennies. You don't have to. I don't expect it. I'm simply saying we need these Sats to move around to create this global economy of the Lightning Network actually working. So if you want to support the show, roll it back, press pause, scan, and send a few Sats. You do not have to. I do not expect it, but some people want to. That's it. There's another show under my belt, 28 minutes in. I hope you got something from that, particularly if you're new. Do not freak out when we get these flash crashes because Bitcoin always rebounds. And if you don't believe me, history is a good teacher. Go back to around March 2020, zoom in on something like TradingView and see how that price plummeted. And the weak hands sold out. The strong hands bought it. And here we are again today. We've just had another one. We're sat at 114.6. which is not 105, it's not 102. You know, we're not far off the all-time high again. So people, everything is good. Do not be freaked out with this. It is what happens, and you'll know you're a Bitcoiner if you see it drop like that and be gutted that you got no spare money to buy that flipping dip, because that's where we're at. Okay, please retweet this. Please go into the show once the stream has ended, refresh your browser and leave a comment, because it really does help to keep this video current for longer. Quick shout out, if I may, this coming Friday in Wiltshire in the UK. If you're in the UK and you're near Wiltshire, we have our in-person meetup at the Stonehenge Inn, 6:30 until whenever. We sit round tables, we have a beer, we get to know each other, we talk Bitcoin, and I so look forward to them. So if you want to come along and meet Elaine and I in person, come down to the Stonehenge Inn. It's not near to us, but we do drive to it because we love the guys, we love the meetup, and we love talking Bitcoin in person with others. So we'll be down there. That's the Stonehenge Inn this coming Friday, 6:30 p.m. onwards. Come and have a beer with us and find out what an in-person meetup is all about. That said, I wish you all a great day, whatever you're doing. If you're in the US, a great morning, afternoon, evening, weekend as well. No, it's Monday this week. Great week. And I'll be back on Thursday, God willing, 6 p.m. UK time with another live show. That's it. I'm out of here. Thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. Catch you all on Thursday. Here's Chelsea Baz's awesome song about broken money. Go on and find Hello Earth on the rabbit hole as well on YouTube and give the video a little bit of love because it really is good. See you Thursday.